Trusting love can be one of the most rewarding and terrifying aspects of life. Many people find themselves longing for deep connection, yet at the same time feeling hesitation, fear, or outright resistance when love appears. This paradox often traces back to childhood, where the earliest experiences with caregivers, family dynamics, and emotional expression lay the foundation for how we perceive intimacy and trust. Our early emotional environment teaches us, implicitly and explicitly, who is safe to love, who will meet our needs, and whether love is dependable or fleeting. When these early lessons are inconsistent, traumatic, or absent, they can leave enduring patterns that influence adult relationships, sometimes in ways we barely recognize. Understanding this connection between childhood and adult trust is crucial for healing, self-awareness, and the possibility of forming healthy, fulfilling relationships. From the moment we are born, humans are wired to seek attachment. Infants rely entirely on caregivers for survival, comfort, and emotional regulation. The caregiver's responsiveness, how consistently and sensitively they meet a child's needs, teaches the child about the reliability of love. When needs are met promptly and lovingly, the child internalizes a sense of security and learns that relationships can be trusted. When caregivers are inconsistent, neglectful, or emotionally unavailable, the child learns that love is unpredictable, conditional, or unsafe. This early learning forms the blueprint for all subsequent relationships, shaping how we perceive intimacy, vulnerability, and trust as adults. Attachment theory, pioneered by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, provides a powerful framework for understanding why some adults struggle to trust love. According to this theory, there are distinct attachment styles shaped by early experiences. Secure attachment arises from consistent and responsive caregiving, leading individuals to trust in their own worth and the reliability of others. Insecure attachment, which includes avoidant, anxious, and disorganized patterns, develops when caregivers fail to consistently provide safety, affection, or emotional attunement. Adults with insecure attachment often carry the implicit belief that love is either unreliable, overwhelming, or dangerous, shaping behaviors such as avoidance, anxiety, or self-sabotage in romantic relationships. Avoidant attachment is particularly associated with difficulty trusting love. Children who learn that expressing needs or emotions results in rejection, criticism, or dismissal often suppress their feelings and become self-reliant. As adults, they may appear independent, aloof, or emotionally reserved, creating distance in relationships as a protective measure. While avoidantly attached individuals may desire intimacy, they fear it at a deep level, anticipating that closeness will lead to pain or disappointment. Their internal script tells them that relying on others is unsafe, and as a result, they may resist vulnerability, struggle to fully commit, or retreat when relationships become emotionally intense. Anxious attachment manifests differently but is also rooted in early experiences of inconsistency. Children who receive love sporadically, with caregivers who are sometimes affectionate and other times distant or unpredictable, learn that love is unstable. As adults, these individuals often crave closeness and reassurance but simultaneously fear abandonment. They may experience heightened emotional reactivity, overanalyze partner behavior, or seek constant validation, all driven by an underlying mistrust that love is fleeting. Childhood has taught them that security must be earned or constantly verified, making unconditional trust difficult to sustain in adulthood. Disorganized attachment is often the result of trauma, neglect, or abusive caregiving. Children in these environments may experience fear in conjunction with their need for connection, creating a chaotic internal model of relationships. As adults, they may oscillate between craving intimacy and avoiding it, struggling with conflicting emotions and trust issues. The internalized message from childhood love can be both a source of safety and threat, leaves them wary, anxious, and hypervigilant in relationships, often triggering self-protective behaviors that prevent full engagement with partners. The role of early family dynamics cannot be overstated. Beyond caregiver responsiveness, the emotional climate of the household, including conflict, emotional suppression, favoritism, and criticism, contributes to how trust and love is internalized. Children who witness hostility, neglect, or betrayal learn that relationships can be dangerous and unpredictable. Siblings, extended family, and social modeling also teach lessons about love and trust. A child who observes manipulation, emotional dishonesty, or abandonment may develop the belief that love is inherently risky or conditional, shaping expectations and behaviors in adulthood. Childhood emotional neglect is particularly insidious because it often leaves no overt trauma but has profound long-term effects. Emotional neglect occurs when caregivers fail to validate, acknowledge, or respond to a child's emotional needs. Over time, the child learns that feelings are unimportant, unsafe, or irrelevant. This can manifest in adulthood as difficulty identifying or expressing emotions, fear of vulnerability, or discomfort with intimacy. The person may yearn for closeness but simultaneously keep partners at arm's length, struggling to reconcile desire with mistrust. Emotional neglect teaches the subtle lesson that love cannot be relied upon, creating patterns that persist long after childhood. Abuse, whether emotional, physical, or sexual, compounds mistrust in love. Traumatic experiences with caregivers, authority figures, or peers can instill a deep sense of fear, shame, and hypervigilance. Adults who experienced abuse may struggle to believe that others can care for them genuinely or consistently. They may enter relationships cautiously, test partners unconsciously, or avoid commitment altogether. The internalized lesson from childhood is clear: closeness can be dangerous, and love may be a fact and potential harm. Healing trust in love in these cases requires both emotional processing of past trauma and the cultivation of safe, predictable relationships. Parental modeling of relationships also shapes trust in love. Children observe how caregivers relate to each other and to the child, forming templates for their own relational expectations. If parents demonstrate healthy communication, empathy, and mutual respect, children learn that love can be stable, secure, and supportive. Conversely, witnessing neglect, infidelity, or conflict teaches the child that love is unstable, conditional, or fraught with betrayal. These early relational schemas influence partner selection, expectations, and emotional availability in adulthood, often unconsciously guiding behaviors that either invite or repel connection. The internal dialogue of someone who struggles to trust love is often shaped by these early experiences. Thoughts such as, "If I let myself love, I will get hurt. People always leave eventually," or "I have to protect myself," reflect internalized childhood lessons. These beliefs are not irrational. They are learned survival strategies designed to protect against emotional pain. Unfortunately, when carried into adult relationships, they can prevent individuals from fully experiencing intimacy, vulnerability, and the richness of shared love. Recognizing these beliefs as learned patterns rather than inherent truths is a critical step toward rebuilding trust. Fear of rejection and abandonment is central to difficulty trusting love. Children who experienced inconsistent affection, neglect, or conditional love develop heightened sensitivity to cues of potential rejection. As adults, this fear can manifest as preemptive withdrawal, hyper-awareness of partner behavior, or reluctance to commit. The person may unconsciously sabotage relationships, pushing partners away to avoid anticipated pain. The childhood lesson love is precarious and can vanish suddenly creates vigilance that, while protective, interferes with authentic connection. Cognitive and emotional self-protection strategies are common among those who struggle to trust love. Emotional detachment, avoidance, perfectionism, and controlling behaviors often emerge as adaptations. Emotional detachment reduces the risk of hurt by limiting vulnerability. Avoidance minimizes exposure to potential disappointment. Perfectionism attempts to earn love by adhering to standards or expectations. Controlling behaviors seek to create predictability in relationships. While adaptive in childhood, these strategies can hinder intimacy in adulthood, reflecting a tension between the desire for love and the fear of risk. Romantic relationships often act as mirrors, reflecting unresolved childhood patterns. Adults who struggle to trust love may attract partners who are inconsistent, emotionally unavailable, or replicative of early relational dynamics. These relationships reinforce internalized beliefs about love and mistrust, perpetuating cycles of anxiety, withdrawal, or conflict. Awareness of these patterns is essential for breaking the cycle, as it allows individuals to make conscious choices, seek partners who provide safety, and develop new relational skills that foster trust. Trauma-informed therapy and attachment-based interventions offer powerful paths toward rebuilding trust and love. Therapists help individuals identify and process early experiences, recognize maladaptive patterns, and cultivate emotional resilience. By learning to differentiate past experiences from present realities, individuals can begin to challenge beliefs that love is unsafe or unreliable. Practices such as mindfulness, emotional regulation, and gradual vulnerability exercises help retrain the nervous system, fostering a sense of safety and openness in relationships. Healing trust and love also requires self-compassion. Many adults who struggle with trust harbor shame, guilt, or self-blame rooted in childhood messages that their needs were unimportant or burdensome. Cultivating self-compassion counters these internalized messages, reinforcing the belief that one is worthy of love and capable of forming secure connections. Self-compassion enables individuals to approach relationships with curiosity and patience, reducing anxiety and fostering authentic intimacy. Communication skills are critical in rebuilding trust. Individuals who learn that expressing needs or emotions was unsafe often struggle to articulate feelings or boundaries. Learning to communicate honestly, assertively, and safely allows individuals to experience relational feedback without triggering fear responses. Healthy communication promotes clarity, reduces misunderstandings, and reinforces the reliability of love in the present moment, gradually reshaping internalized beliefs about trustworthiness. The nervous system plays a key role in the experience of mistrust. Childhood experiences of inconsistency, neglect, or trauma create hyperactive stress responses, making adults vigilant to potential relational threats. When someone perceives signs of disinterest, conflict, or criticism in a partner, the nervous system may respond with anxiety, withdrawal, or defensive behaviors. Over time, therapeutic practices such as somatic experiencing, mindfulness, and regulated relational interactions help the nervous system learn safety cues, reducing automatic fear responses and fostering openness to love. Cultural and societal influences further shape trust in love. Norms, media portrayals, and collective beliefs about relationships influence expectations and fears. Societies that emphasize independence, self-reliance, or skepticism in love can amplify mistrust, while supportive environments that model healthy emotional expression encourage secure attachment and trust. Awareness of these broader influences allows individuals to separate culturally reinforced fears from personal experiences, opening space for healthier relational choices. Rebuilding trust in love is a gradual, iterative process. It requires reflecting on childhood patterns, challenging maladaptive beliefs, practicing vulnerability, and cultivating safe relational experiences. Trust is rebuilt through repeated experiences of reliability, empathy, and consistency in relationships. Each positive interaction counters internalized messages from childhood, gradually retraining the brain and heart to believe that love can be dependable, safe, and fulfilling. Finally, recognizing the connection between childhood and trust in love fosters both compassion and agency. Understanding that difficulty trusting love is often a learned response rather than a personal flaw reframes self-perception, reducing shame and self-criticism. At the same time, awareness of these patterns empowers individuals to take deliberate steps toward healing, seeking supportive relationships, and practicing vulnerability safely. Trust in love, once compromised, can be restored through understanding, self-compassion, and intentional relational experiences, allowing individuals to experience the depth, joy, and security of genuine connection. In conclusion, the challenges many adults face in trusting love are deeply rooted in childhood experiences. Inconsistent caregiving, neglect, trauma, and modeled relational patterns teach lessons about the unpredictability and conditionality of love. These lessons become internalized beliefs, emotional coping strategies, and attachment patterns that influence adult relationships. By understanding the psychological, neurological, and relational mechanisms underlying mistrust, individuals can begin to heal, cultivate self-compassion, and engage in relationships with greater openness and authenticity. Trust in love is not lost forever. It is learned and can be relearned through reflection, safe relational experiences, and the cultivation of emotional resilience. Childhood may have shaped our fears, but with awareness, care, and practice, adults can rewrite their relational narratives, opening the heart to the possibility of deep, secure, and enduring love.